A dimension in AutoCAD is divided into three parts. We have the text, the dimension line, and then the extension line. Now, if you have a line and you select linear, select this endpoint and this endpoint and click, you will get your dimension, but it will be too tiny that you will have to zoom in a lot to see your dimension. Why is that? Because of dimension styles. Now let's create our own and see how you can add this comma separation and this millimeter symbol to your dimensions. But first, I will select and delete this. If you ever want to check the length of a single line, you can just select the line and hover over the grip of the endpoint. Like this, you will see the dimension. I will move away and press the escape key. Now to create dimension style in AutoCAD, you can come to this annotation panel, click this drop down, there is dimension style, just click it and then you get this dialog box. But where you want to get comfortable with dimensions is the annotate tab on the dimensions panel. Click on this arrow, you will get the same dialog box. Default one is ISO 25. Let's just make our own by clicking on this name and then let's give it a name. We'll just type dimension and then it will inherit the properties of this style. Don't worry, just click on continue and you will get this. The first thing you will do is to come to the unit tab, select decimal, and then for the precision, 0 works fine in most cases, and then that's it. You can see the preview here looking much better already. Now come to the fit tab, don't change anything. This overall scale is old news, and whoever you see put a value here, just ask him what that value means. Now let's move over to the text tab. Here on the text appearance group, you can place the drop down and select your text style. If you don't have one or you have a particular font in mind, you can click on this, create your new one. Let's create a new one by clicking on here and type maybe hours. Click on OK. That's hours text style. Click on the drop down, choose any font you want. I like Times New Roman, and then I will leave it as regular. Leave everything like that. Don't worry about the height. It's a beginner's mistake to put any value than 0 for the height. So click on apply. So make sure to set it as current. Click on yes, then close it. Now click on this drop down and select hours to be the current text style. Now for text color, select by layer, fill, select none. We don't have it. For the text height, it really depends on your drawing. I have a big drawing, so I will times this by 100 to put 250. And now for the text placement, over this vertical I want it centered, and then for the horizontal you probably don't want to change that, but you can experiment and see the preview of how it looks for you. Now for the direction, it's even funny. Someone reading it like this. Leave it as left to right. For the offset from dimension line, it's just if you have it above, so the distance between the text and the dimension, you can put a value here, but I like it centered. So for the text alignment, if you don't want to be rotating your head on the paper, like for this side, you can select horizontal to make the dimensions all horizontal, but it's better to go with align with dimension line. Next, for the second to the last, symbols and arrows, I'll be using it for architectural drawing. So click on the drop down and select architectural tick. By default, if you select the first one, the second one will be selected as well. For the arrow size, let's times it by 100, like the one for the text, and put 250. Click away. No need to worry about all of this. Lastly, for the line, they are just divided into two, the dimension line and the section line. Let's start with the dimension line. Change all of this to by layer to have some uniformity in your dimension. Select this one as well by layer. For the extend beyond ticks, just put the same number 250 for the baseline spacing, we are going to that. Just put 250 as well. And for the essential line, set everything to be by layer. And now for the extend beyond dim lines, put 250 as well. And lastly, for the offset origin, I like it as 250 as well. And then for this one, it just means to fix the length of your extension line. It's okay, we'll come back to this. I'm all okay with it, so I'll click on OK. You can see it here. It's already our current style. If it is not, simply select it and please set as current. Close it. You can see it up here as well. It is our current dimension style. So I will zoom back. Let's dimension something. If I have something like this, you can select the linear dimension. This one, click it once. You just click on 2 points. The first point, second point, and then the third point, which will be the point for the location. Anywhere you want, just click. And now to get the dimension of this one, if you select linear and click on this point and this point, you can only get it horizontally or vertically. To get the right dimension for this one, you will have to use the align dimension. So I will press escape, click on this drop down beside linear and select align. I will click on this endpoint, and look at this endpoint, and then drop it somewhere like here. To get for this one, it will become the current one align, and we can just easily click without clicking this arrow. I will click on this endpoint and this endpoint, and I will get this. However, if I want to know the exact length of this one, then I will have to use the linear one. Click on this point and this point, and then I will get something like this. You don't need it, I'm just showing you, so I will delete that one. Not just horizontally. If you select the linear again and click on a point like this, and this one, I will click here, you can get it vertically and horizontally. However, if you want to know the radius of this arc, click on the drop down, and there is radius. Click it, select the arc, just point to a direction. If you enter, it will draw an arc, and you probably don't want that. So point somewhere out and just click. And click beside it and select diameter and select this cycle. Point outside or inside, wherever you want, and just click. These are the basic dimensions. However, what you will come across in practice will be something like this. Now the thing with linear dimension, if you select linear, click on this point and this point, and then drop it on a location, you can click on this continue to continue the dimension. Just continue picking a point, however many you have, and once you are done, just press enter and then press the escape key to end that. However, if it is engineering, which requires you to make a reference from a datum point, whatever you call it, you just need to make one linear dimension. So select it. I will click on this endpoint and this endpoint and click here. Instead of this continue, I will click on this arrow and select baseline. So if I click here, I click here, I click here, each dimension will start from this reference. However, what I want you to notice, what I want you to understand is, if I zoom here, this 35 is almost 12 feet. What if your line is just 6 inches, like the length of your hand? If I select a line and make a line of 150 millimeters and press enter again. If I make a dimension of it, it will be too big for the line. Does that mean you have to create another style or do something else? There is another alternative. I will select the dimension and delete it. If I click here and select our dimension, there is override. which allows you to make a temporary adjustment to the dimension. If I select override and go to text, I reduce the text from 250 to 25 and click on OK. It will look something like this, don't worry. Just click on close, select linear again. If I make the dimension, at least the text will come down to something like this. For this architectural tip, come to the override, go to symbols and arrow, bring it down also to 25, click on OK and close it. Delete that one, select linear, pick those points, and then it will be something like this. Or you can easily just create another style. Lastly, if you want to see millimeters or inch symbol, you can come to the text style. You can select this one, just select our text style, click on modify, and then come to suffix, which means anything after your value. Click on it and type millimeter, just type mm. Or if you're using inches, you can put the inch value or the feet value. I'll type millimeter and then click on OK. I'll make sure to set it to current, which will warn me setting another current style will discard the style overrides. Let's click on OK and close it. And all of them will update. But you'll probably have a hard time trying to read the values because there is no separator. I mean, is this 10 or 100 or 1 million? Go back to the text style, click on modify. Under units, unit formats, select Windows Desktop. You can see it instantly change. Click on OK and close it. It will apply them to all the dimensions. That's about it. But there is more to dimensions than just this. Try to go back to the home tab and click the subscribe button and then close your AutoCAD.